Hi, good morning, and welcome to my channel. I'm Danielle, and today I want to carry on this theme of just being thankful and grateful. And today, during this time of year, a lot of us are hosting large groups of people. So today's video is going to be focused on how to actually host a large meal. Obviously this week it's going to be Thanksgiving. And so I've learned over the years how to make it manageable, how to not be overwhelmed. And so with that, if I just kind of zero in on Thanksgiving, what you're going to be doing is, I would say about no later than 2 weeks before Thanksgiving, you're going to know your guest list. So have an idea of who is going to be coming. And then I always expect for about 2 more. We usually host folks who don't have family close by, or just they're gonna be on their own for Thanksgiving. And so we've always had a really good time with just extended family and friends. And so, you wanna get your guest list together and then add 2 more. So this year we're expecting 14. So I'm gonna probably plan around 16. Now the benefit is with adding 2 more, we'll have leftovers. So if they come, we're gonna have enough. If not, we're gonna have an abundance of leftovers, which I'll share some of my favorite leftover ideas. But it's always just keep in mind, you just wanna be hospitable. And so that's why we always kind of leave room for some extra guests. So have your guest list ahead of time, 2 weeks. The next thing you want to do is come up with your menu. And I don't think I've served the same thing every year. But what I do is about 1 to 2 weeks, 2 weeks before Thanksgiving, I really kind of know what my menu is going to be. And I will go through my cookbooks, I'll go through my recipe cards, and I will pull out everything that I want to make. So this is everything that I have to make. Now keep in mind, some of this is like cranberry sauce, some of this is the cornbread to go into the dressing, some of it's dinner rolls, some of it's like the turkey brine. So I go through and I pull out all my recipe cards. Then what I do is I go through my guest list, and you are going to have a lot of folks who really enjoy cooking or really enjoy bringing something. And I never want to exclude them from that opportunity. Once upon a time, I was like, no, I'm gonna make everything. And I really didn't realize that I really was not offending, but disappointing some of my guests, because there are people that really do like to enjoy bringing things. And like I said, I just don't want to rob them of that. And I do think that it also is a form of hospitality, welcoming people, and maybe even some of the traditional dishes that they have. So don't deny them that. So what I do is I usually reach out to everybody and I just ask, hey, is there anything that you would like to bring? It's really no commitment. I do have a menu that will satisfy the table. However, I do want to extend the opportunity for you to bring something. So they will come back to me, and I'll try to balance it out. You don't want 4 people bringing mashed potatoes, and I'll try to balance it out. Usually they want to know, well, who's already bringing stuff, that type of thing. But I seek them first, and then I go back to my menu. And so this year I've got some friends that are bringing mashed potatoes. So I'm putting away that dish. And now I've got someone who's bringing mac and cheese, and that wasn't on my menu, but I'm gonna put away the dirty rice to have mac and cheese, because she does make amazing mac and cheese. I've got somebody bringing a salad, so I've put the slaw recipe card away. I've got somebody bringing candied yams, so I put away my sweet potato pie recipe. And so it's kind of like that. That's how I go through that process. I went to Aldi and I got a turkey, and they didn't have a big enough turkey for a crowd. So I'm doing turkey and a ham. And so, and then I've got some of the other sides. And so now I've got my guest list, I've got my menu set with what everyone's bringing. Usually the weekend before Thanksgiving, I write all the ingredients of everything that I'm making in one long list. I will write down everything that is on these recipe cards. Even if I have something memorized, a recipe memorized, I will still pull my card or pull my recipe and go through the entire list. So I'll write an ingredients list. This isn't my shopping list. This is my ingredients list. So then I'm going to pull together my ingredients list, and keep in mind, this is the weekend before Thanksgiving. And the whole idea, you know, if you have that desire to be hospitable, to host, you don't want it to be stressful. You don't want to be a Martha in a Mary world. I would like to be Martha and Mary. And so this is kind of like the way that I do it. And so I really do a lot of prep work before Thanksgiving so I can enjoy my family while they're here. So the weekend before, I've got my ingredients list, and then what I'm doing is I'm checking my pantry. So I go through and I look at my pantry and I mark what I have. Then from that, I will go to my shopping list. One of the reasons why it's beneficial too to have your ingredients list is because your dishes all have different ingredients, but some of them will overlap. Like butter is a big thing. You know, you can't just put butter on your shopping list if you don't know how much butter you need. And so what's really nice is I'll go through the ingredients list and I'll write next to butter, oh, half a cup, 1 cup, 2 sticks. Like I'll go through all my recipes, and if there's a duplicated ingredient, I write out the amounts. So when I'm going shopping, I can make sure that I have butter for all of my recipes. I've got brown sugar. You know, as you're going through your ingredients, write the amounts next to the items so that when you go through your pantry, you know, if you have enough, this actually has happened to me where I went through my pantry real quick and I needed brown sugar while I was making 2 pecan pies, and I didn't have enough for both of them because I just went through my pantry real quick and said, oh yeah, I've got it. Well, you really need to know the amounts. So write down all the amounts and then do your shopping the weekend before Thanksgiving. Okay, so now today is Monday, and so Thanksgiving is on Thursday. So I am putting this video together quickly. This is what I'm doing Monday before Thanksgiving. I am cleaning my house. I'm cleaning my fridge. So I'm going to pull everything out of my fridge, and I am going to purge, condense, all of that stuff. I'm going to spray the inside of my refrigerator, clean it all out. I clean out my fridge on Monday. Then I'm also going to clean my entire house. That's what I'm going to do today. Now on Tuesday, tomorrow, what I am going to do is I am going to start prepping all the ingredients. So cowboy caviar, I'm making cowboy caviar because my husband loves it. And there's onions that need to be chopped. There's bell peppers that need to be chopped. I'm actually going to pre-chop as much as I can on Tuesday. So 48 hours before I'm going to cook it, I'm gonna pre-chop that. And then I'm going to label it, you know. A lot of things I'll put in glass jars. So like I have dressing that's gonna need green onions also. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna chop up all of the green onions for all the recipes that I need. I'm gonna put them in a container, and I'm gonna put a Post-it note on it because I keep things in glass. Some things I'll put in a baggie, but I'll label it. So everything 48 hours is going to be completely pre-chopped. Then I'm going to pull out everything that I need. I'm going to pull out all of the serving dishes that I need, all of the baking dishes. I'm gonna pull out my oven, my, what do you call it? My roaster oven. I'm gonna pull out all of that. Then I'm gonna go through my counters, and I am going to remove anything that is not going to be used for Thanksgiving. I'm gonna take away my my cutting block with my knives. I'm gonna be putting away my air fryer, kind of looking around. I'm gonna put away my toaster. I'm gonna just completely clean off my counters so that I've got room to prep and do all that stuff. So that is Tuesday. I'm getting all of my dishes and cookware and all of that out. Then on Wednesday, I am doing all of my dishes. Every single one of my sides is made the day before. Every single one of them. I am not making any side dishes on Thanksgiving Day. I'm also taking my turkey brine and I am putting my turkey in the brine and soaking it until the following morning. So I'm doing that, but I'm gonna be making the rolls, the caviar, the green beans, the cream style corn, my cranberry sauce. I'm gonna make the dressing. So I've got to cook the cornbread and cut the French bread. So I'm making my pie crusts. I'm doing all of that the day before. Literally the only thing that I'm gonna be cooking on Thanksgiving Day from start to finish is my turkey and my ham. And I'll probably finish up some of the pies just because that's easy to do. And so that is Wednesday. The other thing I do before we go to bed on Wednesday is I set the table. I set the entire house. So we're gonna have banquet tables because I'm, 14 to 16 people potentially, but I set everything. I put the plates out, the serving, the napkins, everything is Thanksgiving ready the night before. And so then Thursday, it's just such a fun day. It is such a fun day. The other thing that I recommend is having the dishwasher empty. So either the night before or Thursday morning, make sure your dishwasher is completely empty. One of the greatest things that you could ask somebody to bring is a lot of people do want to bring something. Sometimes you'll have bachelors or you'll have people who are driving from far coming in and they don't have perishables. Sometimes people are flying in. Sometimes it's just a busy, crazy time. So one of the best things that you can ask somebody to bring is to-go containers. So if you can have somebody bring some to-go containers, then at the end of the meal, just before cleanup, people are going through and they're making their own little leftover trays. So that's another good thing. But so hopefully this is gonna help you plan ahead for a crowd when you are hosting. And really what it is planning ahead of time. If you're short on time, like if you get this video and you're like, great, you're talking about 2 weeks ahead, granted, and I'm also gonna be videoing a lot of my steps and posting a follow-up video to this so you can kind of put a visual to it. But really what it boils down to is 24 hours before Thanksgiving, you wanna have as much as your stuff done. You wanna have as much as, all your cooking done, as much as you can have done, and you want the house clean and you want everything set and ready to go. When people come to your home, you can visit. You're not Martha going crazy, and you're able to be merry. You're able to, just sit and visit and fellowship and talk about what you're thankful for and share your blessings and share your trials, things that you might need prayer for, or support for, celebrate together. It really does become a more tender time. So I'm hoping that this is helpful. I truly hope y'all enjoy your time. If you're not hosting, but you are going somewhere, you can always ask if there's something to bring. And you can always be hospitable in somebody else's home by offering to help at the end of the meal, because many hands make work light. Many hands make light work. Anyways, and bring a candle if you made a homemade candle. I do have a video on homemade candles, so there is that if you want to look for a sweet little hostess gift. But anyways, happy Thanksgiving.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel and like this video. Blessings to you today.